So, what will happen to the property, the cash, the children? These are all important things to consider when making a will. But what about if you've got a business? If something were to happen to you and you didn't have a valid will in place, who would manage the business? Would that person who's managing the business have the sufficient experience required to do so? The only way to ensure that your business goes in accordance with your wishes is by having a shareholders agreement in place or a business partnership agreement in place, but also still by having a legally valid will in place. I'm Jamie Howell, will writer at E&G Wills and Probate, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about the importance of having a will in place if you are a business owner. If you're a business owner, it is important to have a will in place. If you don't, who would manage your business in the event of you passing away? Would that person have sufficient experience and knowledge of how your business works, and would they be able to handle the management of your business? By having a will in place, you could state who your shares in the business go to, unless there's a shareholders agreement or other arrangement in place that does supersede that. But what you can also look to do is that by having a will in place, that those who are dealing with your estate are not held personally liable for any debts that your interest in the business can accrue, and also that that person via your will can continue the management of your business until it is ready to be wound up, sold or distributed in accordance with your wishes. So if you're a sole trader, essentially your interest in the business would just go in accordance with your will and how you're looking to leave your estate. So it would fall in exactly the same way that you're looking to leave your property and any other cash assets that you may have. If you're in a business partnership or in a limited company, there may be a deed of partnership or a shareholders agreement in place that says what happens to your business in the event of passing away. But having a will is equally as important to ensure that if possible, you can gift your share of the business to who you want it to go to. You can ensure that the person that you've appointed has sufficient experience and knowledge of your business and would be able to handle that responsibility. And furthermore, that person who is entitled to deal with the business would not be held personally liable for any debts that the business may accrue, and can continue the management until your business, whether it be a business partnership or a limited company, until it is ready to be wound up, sold or distributed. As a business owner, there is a number of things to think about when making a will. Are there any provisions in place? So, for example, a shareholders agreement or a deed of partnership that says this is how the business will go in the event of passing away. That is one thing that's important to look at. By having that in place, or even if you don't have that in place, the will then serves as your opportunity to say, what do you want to happen to the business? How do you want to ensure that the businesses continue to run? Also, by making a will, you can look at, is there any business property relief available to my business in the event of passing away? As a business owner, do not leave these things to chance. By having a will in place, we can look to ensure that if the worst were to happen, your business is factored in and is taken care of. I often get asked by clients, can I pass on or gift my shares in my business to a family member? The answer is that you can. You can leave your business to whoever you want to leave it to. The only things you have to be careful of is if there's any shareholders agreement in place already, because if alternative provisions have been made in that agreement, that will supersede anything that you look to state in the will. You can certainly look to leave instructions on how to manage your business. That isn't something that would specifically go into the will, but what you can have is a supporting letter, and we call that a letter of wishes, that provides an instruction to your executors. That is the people/person that looks after everything that you've worked for, with instructions on how to manage that business. And also what we can look at is if you were to look to make use of what's known as a business property relief trust within the will, that instructions can be set in terms of how the trustees manage that business. If your business assets are abroad, is to look at having an alternative will in the country where your business assets are. So let's say, for example, you also have a business in Dubai. What we would recommend is speaking to a specialist with regards to wills in Dubai and having a will that is limited to, in this case, the United Arab Emirates, and then having a separate will here that governs your business interest in England and Wales. As a business owner, inheritance tax is something that you may well be concerned about. I'm pleased to say that at E&G Wills and Probate, we are able to provide advice with regards to inheritance tax and refer you to our partners at Equity in General, who are specialists in inheritance tax planning and primarily for business owners as well. I hope you found this information useful. If you'd like to take advantage of our £100 discount on making a will, or further still, you would like a free review of your existing will, please click the link, and both myself and the team at E&G Wills and Probate look forward to speaking with you soon.